Hello, good morning. Am I audible? Hello. Cool. We'll wait for more 2 minutes. Let's see like if anyone will join. Maybe as today is the festival, right? Just wait for more 2 minutes. Hello. Okay, we'll start. Maybe today, because of festival, like most of the people haven't joined. Uh, First of all, happy Shri Ram Navami to all. Yeah, I'll share the Google Classroom link. Just give me a minute. Thank you to all. Angular 15 at 9 a.m. Cool. A clarity. In this session, I mean, the sessions right now, what we are taking, we are not going to provide like any kind of videos. I don't think so. Okay, if anyone wants like video, just connect with Pawan and he will guide you through. But we are not providing any kind of videos and any kind of thing. Whatever we have covered so far from the last couple of days, I have already uploaded in the Google Classroom that you can I'm not
Recording in
sharing any
progress.
PDF, ma'am. I'm just sharing like the notes. You simply copy paste it. You can copy like this and paste it in the notepad or wherever you wanted to have, you can have it. That's it. That is how I maintain. Saiti, please join once. Rejoin. Okay. You can find that examples in the zip file. After the notes, sir, the second post is all about the examples only. You can see here are the examples, Sudha madam. Okay. Well, so yesterday we started working with the inheritance. Zip is not open means if you could open like download WinRAR software, then automatically it will be open. Just download and install that software. This one, I am sharing you the link as well for you. Just to download this software. Okay, Manusha. Rajesh, like code is perfect and output is not showing. What is the error you are getting? What is that error you are getting? That is important. In JS file, there is no code. Then how it works? That won't be. Definitely there should be like, some JavaScript file has to be generated and we have to use it. Just you can try. Otherwise, like, drop me in Google Classroom. Okay. So if somebody WinRAR, like, it is unzip, just like, to unzip the software. Examples through the laptop, it was not open. What can I? Oh, sir, when we open the examples to lab, it will not open. What they do? That is where I told you, sir, download the WinZip software, right? WinRAR software. Download the WinRAR software so that it will be. Chandra Sai Kiran, I don't have any video link with me. If I am getting anything, I will share it with you. I asked them to share. They haven't shared with me. Once if I am getting, I will share it with you. Okay. Shall I start the session? Cool then. So that means yesterday we have started working with what inheritance, and as the process of the inheritance, we have seen like couple of rules and regulations that what you need to follow. Okay, what we have to follow like while working with that, and we use that extends keyword to do the inheritance concept, and following with we use like whenever if the parent class is having a constructor, then we must and should call with the help of child class. I mean, in the child class, if you created a constructor, Then we use the super keyword, and followed with the, I have explained you what are the different types of access modifiers that are supported when it comes to the TypeScript. Like we have, let's say the first one is going to be the private. If it is private, we can access only within the class. And second one we are having protected. Protected members can be accessible only within the class. Only within the class and in the child class. Like that it is. And then we are having public, and by default it is public only. Public members can be accessible like anywhere within that application. That is how it is going to be. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to show you like how to work with the next concept is going to be abstraction. What exactly that abstraction means and how do we work with that abstraction, that I'm trying to show it to you. The people like who haven't joined the Google Classroom, please be joined. I shared you like the link as well for you. Okay, please join over there. Now the next concept that what I am trying to, okay. Oh, sorry. Right. Okay. Now in today's session, like we will be understanding how do we work with the next concept that is going to be, okay, that is going to be abstract classes. The next one is the abstract classes. Now, what is meant by an abstract class and what is the scenario we'll be using that abstract class? I hope like, you people have an idea about how do we work with the abstract classes in your Java and C#.NET program, right? Now, what is the difference in between like, there and here? But before that, like, what is the, what is the need of an abstract class? That is my question. Tell me. What is the need of an abstract? Hmm? Right, very good. Hiding the data. Now, what is meant by an abstraction? Abstraction is the process of hiding the implementation and then provide the security generally. Hide the unnecessary things. Very good. Nice, guys. So that means when it comes to like, right, when it comes to maybe let's say C#.NET or Java, the way how we are having that abstract classes, in the same way, even if you can go with the TypeScript also, we have the abstract classes are available. The main purpose of the abstract classes are going to be, suppose let's say I have a class where my class is having all that implementation, but there would be some implementation I wanted to define. Okay, that implementation should be required, but I wanted to define like, in the child classes, not on the parent level. For an example, let's say I have an example for this one. Just I'm showing you a simple example for this one. I have an employee class. Generally, employee class is having a constructor. Okay. Employee class is having a constructor where the constructor is used to take the data or display the data, whatever it might, initialize the data, and then followed with I have a class with the name, I have a function with the name and employee. Suppose let's say I'm writing a method, calculate salary, and I'm having some implementation here. Just assume that I have some implementation here. So whenever if I'm having the implementation here, then what happened? This calculate salary implementation is common for every employee or not? Yes or no? That means trainer you can take. Trainer is also able to access the calculate salary functionality. And at the same time, maybe I can say, let's say admin you can take. Admin is also having same calculate salary. But tell me practically, trainer is an employee, I'm okay. Admin is an employee, that is also okay. And let's say HR is also an employee. But tell me one thing, all these three guys are having, or three departments are having same salary or different salary? Tell me. Tell me, do we have the same salary or different? That means the salary structure is obviously different. If that is a case, but end of the day, everyone will work for the salary. That is the common thing. Understand? End of the day, everyone will work for the salary. That is the common thing. That's okay. Definitely, everyone should work for the salary. That's okay. But the thing is here, the calculation part is different. Maybe as a trainer, I'm taking per hour 2000, or else let's say admins are taking per hour 1000, or HRs are they are taking per hour 800. Like that, the differences are available. From one to another, there would be some difference based on the calculation part. If that is a case, here itself, I cannot provide that implementation, but having the calculation is important. But here at the base level, you need not to write that implementation. At that moment, we'll go with the abstract classes. What is an abstract class? A class which contains one or more abstract functionalities. Abstract functionalities. That is what exactly we call it as a abstract class. What abstract class means? A class which contain one or more abstract functionalities. Those are what we call it as a abstract function. Abstract class. Now, what is mean by abstract functionality? A function or method which is having only declaration. Okay, declaration is called abstract function. Is called abstract function. A function or method which is having only the declaration is called abstract function that we are having. Now, how do we write the logic for that particular one? Let me show you with an example. I'll take the previous example. Maybe I can use a Visual Studio Code that what I'm having. Let us open. Why my system is behaving differently today? I'll open my Visual Studio Code today and just expand it. And now what I can do is go to the file, and the very recent one, yesterday anyhow, like I opened it, the TypeScript, so that this is how it is going. Now what I want to do, I'm going to create a new file over here, and the name of the file is going to be, let's say, abstract.ts. I can say, oh, sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Abstract.ts I can give. Okay. I'll go to abstract methods declared in interface and gets implemented over it. Yes, same, Shiva. I'll add an extension with respect to the TypeScript. Maybe just I can go here, view plugin, TypeScript automatically says TypeScript version. So code. JavaScript and TypeScript nightly. Okay, now let it be. No proper extension here. Let it be. We'll write like, from the scratch level, how we can work with that. I'll create like, the new class. Okay, let me have the class. And you may take like any class, it doesn't matter. I'll be using a class that is the, let's say, product is the class. Okay, I'm taking a class with the name what? Product is the class. Now in the product class, okay. Otherwise, employee class you can take, which is very familiar class. Same example, what I have you, I'm going to explain you in the same way. Employee is the class that what I'm having here, where my employee class you can take, which comes with which comes with like few properties. Quickly, let me create. Let's say first one, public is not required. I'll be taking an employee ID, which is of type number. Second one is the employee name, which is of type string. And third one is going to be employee basic salary. Okay, basic salary is going to be, which is of type number that what I can give. And I do have a constructor. Quickly, let me create, where it comes with some ID of type number and the name that we are having of type string, and then salary, which is of type number that what I can give. And I'm going to give it over there. Employee ID is ID. This dot emp name equal to name I can say, and this dot emp basic salary is equal to, let's have the salary. That's it. So this is how it is going to be. Now I'm going to display the data, general function that what I am writing. And here in the display function, I'm going to display the salary and all the details. So that let me write a simple console.log, and where I can provide employee ID, give a dollar emp ID, comma, employee name. Okay, emp name I can say. And the third one is going to be salary, where I can provide this dot emp basic salary, that what I have. So there are the three things that, why do we use like dollar symbol? You're asking now. That's okay. Dollar is used to identify the variables. If I'm not using the dollar, this is also considering as the string. But here, emp name is a variable or not? Tell me, Triveni. Yes or no? Employee name is a variable. Now inside the string, in order to identify the variable, there I can use the dollar. Okay. There I can use the dollar. Now what I want to do, I just wanted to write a simple function here, which is going to be something like calculate salary, that what I am using. I'm going to calculate the salary based on what? The number of hours, so that I can say it as going to be number. But if I'm providing the implementation here, that implementation is common for everyone. But I wanted to provide, or I wanted to give a different implementation based on the designation. If it is a trainer, a different calculation part I wanted to give. If it is going to be an admin, I just wanted to give a different part. That is what my requirement. If that is a case, how we are able to access it? So for that reason, what I can do is, I don't want to provide any implementation. I don't want to provide any implementation here. Rather, I'm giving a semicolon without providing the implementation. That time when I'm giving that, now you can see calculate salary, or else let's say the function implementation is missing or not immediately following the declaration. That means once if you can write a function, then you must have to provide the implementation. If not, then what you can do, you can decorate that particular one with the help of an abstract function. Now, what is mean by an abstract function? I have written here a function or method which is having only the declaration, which is not having, where it is not having, where it is not having any implementation. Any implementation is called abstract function. Understood? A function or method which is having only the declaration, where it is not having any implementation, is called what? Abstract function that we are having. Now, how do we create that abstract function? How do we create it? Abstract functions are created with the help of which keyword here? Abstract keyword. Abstract keyword, I can say. Abstract functions are going to be created with the help of abstract keyword. That is the reason where here I am using an abstract keyword. But the time when I'm giving that abstract keyword here, I'm able to get a message here. The message is going to be what? Abstract methods can only be appear within that abstract class. But this class is a normal class. That is the problem I am having. So how do we do that one? Simply let me give an abstract before that. That's it. Abstract class, and the name of the class is going to be employee, where my employee class is having three property, ID, name, and salary. I used a constructor, and here in the constructor, I'm having something like this, and following with, let's say, the display function, and then I have like something this one. Now you can see that time, is it possible to create an object for an employee class? Obviously, the answer is no, where EMP, which is of type an employee, is equal to, if I'll be using new employee, there you can see we have an error. Cannot create an instance of an abstract class. Understand? That means almost all same like, server-side programming experience here. Cannot create an instance of an abstract class. You cannot. Why you cannot create? Because abstract means it's an incomplete functionalities. Abstract means what? It's an incomplete implementation. We don't have a complete implementation. So that is the reason where it won't allows you to create an object. If that is a case, is there any use of the class? I told you, whenever if you people are having a class and where it contains around, let's say, 2000 lines or 20,000 lines, it doesn't matter. Without creating an object, there is no use of the class. Understood? So that means it is must to have an object for the class in order to access the members. That means it is very important to have an object. But I'm unable to create an object. So that what I can do, I'll be creating a class. Now here, let me go with a trainer. Understand? Trainer, that what I'm giving. And trainer is going to extend the behavior of employee. That means I created a child class. And this child class is inherited from that abstract class. That one you see there. Abstract class trainer does not implement the inherited abstract, but that is calculate salary from the class that is an employee. That means once we create create a child class, it is important to provide the implementation for abstract class, abstract member. Abstract class, abstract member. That means once if you can create a child class, then it is definitely mandatory to create it. Understand? Mandatory to create. If that is a case, like how we can do that particular one? If that is a case, like how we can do that one? There you can see when I keep my mouse on here, it will give you the IntelliSense feature. And now if you can give control dot, it will ask you to implement. Now you can see we must have to provide the implementation. Whatever the functionality we are having it on the above, we must have to provide the implementation over there. That's it. Understood? Tell me, is this clear or not? Tell me. Now here I can provide that implementation. So how I can do that one? Let me write something like, I'll just write something. Let salary is equal to, okay, let salary, which is of type number, that what I am defining it over here. Let salary is of type number. And at the same time, here what I can do is, I'm going to calculate the salary part here. Already we have the basic salary which is available above. Okay, which is available above. Now what I can do, I can access this particular one. So how I can do that one? EMP basic salary is equal to. Shikant, how you are able to access this particular one? Because by default, as I told you, if I'm not giving anything, what is the default access modifier for this one? What is the default access modifier? If I'm not giving anything, public is the default access modifier. So that either you can call with the help of base. Oh, sorry. It is not required to call with the help of base keyword. Directly you can call like, with the help of this keyword, because this is the part of like, the above function as well. So that is the reason I'm using what? Basic salary is equal to. Now what I can do is I'm writing like functionality. So the functionality is going to be, okay, otherwise let's say salary is equal to, we have the basic salary, employee basic salary into the number of hours that we are getting it from here. I'll be using a plus, okay, and I'm using this dot basic salary, okay, into 2.5 divided by 100.00. Something that you can write. It doesn't matter at all. I'm just writing something like this. Okay, this is how it is going to. That means I'm calculating the salary part, and then I can write the salary here by using the console.log. So trainer salary is, just let me give the salary that what I'm having here. And at the same time, whatever the implementation you people wants to have, you can just write it over there. Maybe I can have a subject here, and which is of type string, that what I can give. And I'll be taking a constructor here, where the constructor should call the base class constructor, so that what I can do, whatever I have defined here, let me write it over here. I'm going to write something like this. And additionally, we have the subject. And subject is of type string, that what I can say. And here what I can do, I'll make a super call here. Let's have the super call. We'll pass ID and we'll pass the name and then we'll pass the salary. Okay. And at the same time, this dot subject is equal to, let's have the subject. Clear? Line number 18. This one you're asking, right? Satish, 23. See, 23 is nothing, man. Just it's a calculation. You can write anything, X, Y, Z, whatever. What I'm doing, I'm taking like, the basic salary into number of hours plus basic salary into number of hours into 2.5 divided by 100. It's just a calculation part. Okay. Line number 18 is nothing. Yesterday, if you are not attended yesterday, then you can't understand. Line number 18 is what? Whenever if you have a parent class constructor and to access that in the child class, there you use what? Super keyboard. Yesterday, if you can attend, you can just. Okay, thank you, sir. Bye. Okay, now you can see we have like, the super. Why it is going to be required? Because whenever if you are having a parent class constructor, then it is must to access that in the child class with the help of super keyword. That is what I am doing. Line number 13, hours, sir. Sir, abstract functions are this is. Hours, variables are this is. It's a variable. I have written a function with the name calculate salary, where I'm having one parameter with the name hours, which is of type number. Okay. Now this is how it is going to be. Now I'm going to write like, another function in order to display the data. Let's have like, display, let's say trainer data that what I am having. Display trainer data. So how I can do that one? Same, you can use, let's say super keyboard and then call the about display function. And after that, I'm using console dot. We have like, the log, and then I can write something like a subject is going to be, we have the subject. That's it. Okay. Line number 17. What is sub? Sir, variable, sir. Sweta, this is a variable. Just a parameter name. It's a parameter name. Line number 13, it is a method or function. Am I written anything here? Seshi Prakash, am I written anything here? If I am not returning anything, then what it is? Function or method? Function or method? Then what is the question? Tell me. If you can simply sit and think for 1 to 2 minutes, you will find that answer. I don't have any problem like, to clarify your doubts, but in class we have 500 members. If you are not even think for a second, blindly, if you can ask me a question, then is it possible to continue the session? Tell me. I don't have any problem. Don't take it in a bad way. Just you can think. We have around 500 plus students are there here. If everyone is asking like one question on 1 minute, for every question it is taking at least 30 seconds, you can say. Just you can assume that. That is where first you can think and then practice. Still, if you are not getting clarified, you can ask. That is the good thing. Okay. And line number 26. remove like, white. What will happen if I'm having white? Is it be a blocker to me? No, right? Understood. See, these are like, simple question. What I didn't see like, the complex questions what you asked. You're asking very simple questions. Okay, now you see why I'm taking this subject. I'll create an object. So how to create an object? I'm able to create an object for the trainer class. So how we can do that? Where EMP, which is of type, let's say trainer, is equal to new trainer that what I am using. Now you can see a trainer constructor is able to access, is able to expecting the ID and the name and salary and the subject. So that I can say ID and the name is going to be, let me give the name as Shrikant, and salary, let's say 12,000. And after that, the subject that what I'm dealing here as going to be Angular. The time when I'm giving Angular here, this Angular will be stored in this subject and get that subject value, and I'm assigning it to my local variable, that is the subject. Did you understand now? Tell me, Sweta. Here I'm giving what? Angular. This Angular will go to this parameter. Understand? Parameter. And this parameter value, I'm assigning it to my local member. Okay. That is how. Okay, very good. Now writing something like this. And after that, what I can do, I'm going to call emp dot. Now you see all the members I'm able to access with the help of an employee object. How I'm able to access? Because everywhere I have given it as public. Even if I'm not giving anything, by default, it becomes public. So that is the reason where I'm able to access everything. Now what I want Now you can see here, when I'm calling like this one, the calculate salary, it is asked me to provide like, the number of hours, so that I can give like 4 hours as the number. Now this time you can see, I'm going to execute this one, go to the new terminal that what I'll be taking. .ts. Abstract.ts that what I am having. Now here employee ID 100, name is Shrikant, and salary 12,000, and subject is Angular, and the trainer salary is going to be, you can see, we have 49,200 that what we are getting it. That means here I provide a separate implementation by following the same structure that what we are having here. Okay, fine. This is good. And what would be the next step? Maybe this is for what class? Trainer class. Admin is also having like its own implementation, and admin is also belongs to an employee only. So that what I can do, I'll create another class here. Now you can see class. I'm taking admin is the class, and admin is also going to be extends from what class? Employee only. Understand? Admin is also from. Yes, we can do that one. You can try. Okay. Now you can see admin is the class, and which is extends from where? Employee. Now once if it is extends from an employee, now here also we have to provide the new implementation. Understood? We have to provide what? A new implementation here. Now how do we write? Same. Maybe let's say let salary is, which is of type number that what I can give, and here salary is equal to, you can write like, some other implementation. maybe I can say this dot employee basic salary into number of hours plus this dot basic salary, okay, basic salary into number of hours into, I can say that 1.5 divided by 100.00. That's it. That means you can provide like anything. It doesn't matter. Leave about the functionality that what I have implemented here, but the intention behind that is going to be for regularly for an employee, I'm not providing any implementation, but whatever the structure or whatever the functionality they declared based on that particular declaration, I'm able to provide a separate implementation for the trainer and the separate implementation for an admin over there. That's it. Understand? And here, if you wanted to have, like you see, this is how it is going to be. Now what I can do, I'm creating an object for an admin class. So how I can do that? Where, let's say, faculty, I can write something like this. And here also faculty, that what I am using. And here also faculty, that what I am having. That's it. Okay, I'm having something like a faculty here. Now what I want to do, where, let's say, admin, which is of type admin class is equal to, let's give new admin, that what I can give. That time when I'm giving an admin, now it is asked me to pass how many values here. See that. If I'm not supplying it here, then what happened, guys? Tell me. What happened? Am I having a constructor here? Am I having a constructor here? Tell me. I don't have any constructor here. I don't have any constructor here. You can see that. In my admin class, I don't have. But here you can see the time when I'm creating an object, it is expecting to pass 3 arguments mandatory, because whenever you created a child class, okay, if the parent class is having a constructor, then you must have to supply the values to that with the help of a child class constructor. This is very, very important interview question that what people are getting. Now what I can do, I'll be writing something like 102 and the name is going to be, maybe I can write something like 1, and then the basic salary is going to be, let's say 8K, and then I'll be writing something like admin dot, I'm going to calculate the salary, and based on what the number of hours, maybe I can give the number of hours as going to be 4, and at the same time admin dot, we have the display function. That's it. Okay. Yeah, in place of where you can use let keyword also. Here you can use let, and here you can use the let. Understood? That is what I'm telling. It's like these questions you can note it down in the notes at the time of the session is going on, and after completing the session you can do the practice. At the time of practice you can ask yourself, okay, I used Srikanth is used where over there, I'll go with the let, what will happen? Understood? Understood what I'm saying? Because every time, I mean, not even here, I don't have any problem like, to explain. But why I'm telling this means, every time if you can depend on somebody, then that will be habituated. Don't depend on someone. Not even my session, I'm telling. Any session it might be. Okay, believe in yourself and ask the same question yourself and try to find it in the Google. That is where, like, the real-time development. Real-time developer means, see, I have like very less amount of the brain. Not even me. Every human is having less amount. In that less amount, like we are using very much less amount of brain, right? Obviously, everybody. But how I am able to remember like all these things? It's all because of the practice. If I practice like 2 to 3 times, I'm able to understand. If you also practice 2 to 3 times, then you are also able to understand, because we all are humans. Understand? And some people may understand, let's say hardly like, one practice or 2 times practice. Some people may take like, 3, 4 times. Nothing to worry, right? It is our laptop, our system, everything is ours. So why don't we try by ourselves? That is my intention. Don't take it bad. I'll explain you if you really require. But first ask the same question by yourself and sort it out. Learn that kind of, okay, that is problem solving approach is very important. Okay. Right. Now here you can see, you people may ask a question. Definitely here you will be asking the question. The question what most of the people they're asking me here is, Shrikant, here we don't have a constructor, we don't have a display method, but how we are able to access the constructor and how you are able to call the display method? Because the first thing, if my parent class, what is my parent class? Employee class is having the constructor. But do we have like, the same constructor which is available in the admin? Tell me. Do we have it? Tell me here. I don't have the constructor. If there is no constructor, then internally what happen, this admin class will create some constructor and make a super call, and then it is expecting to pass those values. That is the reason, if you can see in the base class, I have a constructor where my constructor is having ID, name, and salary. So that is the reason where, if you can just come down, it is also expecting me to pass same ID, name, and salary. See there? Understand? Tell me. Suppose, let's say, I will create a constructor here. In place of that, let us have a constructor. Understand? Let us have the constructor. Now from here, when I'm doing like, the super call, I'll be giving, let's say 102, and the second one is of type string, so that I can say Pawan, and the salary is going to be 8,000. Now this time you can see we have an error. What is that error? Expected how many arguments here? Expected how many arguments here? How many arguments? 0. Expected, see there, read that once. Expected 0, but how many arguments I have given? 3 arguments I have given. Understand? Because here I created a constructor so that I am calling the base class one. But if there is no constructor, how this constructor will be executed? Tell me how this constructor will get executed. That is the reason where, if you don't have the constructor in the child class, automatically the runtime will create its own constructor and call the previous one. Understood? That is how it is. Now we have what? Pawan and 8,000. And calculate salary, I hope you people know where we have it in the same admin class. And then we have the display function. And you can see the display function, which is available at base level. I'm calling the same display function here. That's it. Now you can see, I'll go to my terminal window. Okay. Let's open the terminal. Right. Yes, exactly, Uday. Now what I can do, I'll be using TSC space abstract.ts, and here I'll be using node space abstract.js, I can say. Now you can see here, first we are having an employee detail, and after that we have a trainer salary as going to be 49,200. And here, like, I'm not printing anything, so that is the reason. Let me write it over here. I'm just printing something like this. Console dot will be giving the log Okay, admin salary is. Okay, admin salary is. Let us write the salary that we are having. Okay, let's write the salary over here. Now you can just save this application and maybe you can compile it one more time and then you can run it one more time. There you can see. Trainer salary is 49,200 and admin salary 32,480 and employee ID 102 and name is Pawan and the salary, basic salary is going to be 8K that we are having. So this is how the abstract classes are going to be. Clear now? Are any questions here? I'm just explain you one more time. If anyone missed, please observe carefully because this is very important in the practical implementation. First, I created an employee class where I'm having the basic functionality. Later, I have a requirement. Somebody is asking me to provide some function which is used to calculate the salary for an employee. But I know that every employee is not having the same salary. Trainers are having different formula and admins are having different formula and different peoples are having reason. What I am trying to do, I don't want to provide like direct implementation here. Rather, I'm creating some which needs to be mandatorily provide the implementation in the child classes. Understand? So for that reason, what I have done, I created is an abstract functionality. Abstract means no implementation, just we have the declaration. Now, abstract function must be presented under that abstract class. So that I created an abstract class over here. Until here, any doubts, tell me. Any doubts, guys? Tell me. Any doubts, tell me. Till that. Okay, very good. Now the next thing is going to be, whenever if I'm having an abstract class, it is not possible to create an object. That means the object is not possible to create. Why it is not possible? Because calculate salary is an abstract function. Okay, is an abstract function. So if it is an abstract function, then we must have to provide that implementation in the child class. So for that reason, what I can do, I used what? A trainer class, and which is extends from the employee. Whenever, if you create a child class from an abstract class, it is must to provide the implementation for that abstract member. So that what I have done, I created calculate salary by following the same syntax. See this, the method name should be same, and at the same time, parameter, one parameter, and that parameter is of type of number. It is must to follow same signature. It is must to follow same signature. If we can give different signature, it won't understand. So for that reason, what I am doing, I created calculate salary and I have written some implementation. This is the one. And additionally, trainer class is having what? Subject is available and subject information also I'm going to take by having a constructor. As if I'm having a constructor here, I'm able to call the base class member with the help of super keyword, and this dot subject is equal to subject that what I can use. That's it. And after that, I'm using what? Display trainer data method. And here in the display trainer data method, 23 line, this keyword in trainer class. Yes, we can, because see, I'm writing here like it is going to be public. So once if I'm defining it as public, anywhere you can access. That means you wanted to access, let's say, with the help of base keyword. But base is not possible here. Understand? Base is not possible because base can be used to access the constructor or else the function. Now what I can do, I'm using this keyword only here. When I'm using this keyword here, I'm able to access, because the time when I'm creating a class, it extends the behavior of an existing class, right? So that is where whatever we have inside this class, I'm able to access everything. Understand? I'm able to access everything without using. That means you want me to access with the help of super. Yes, you can do that. That's up to you. Base keyword is not available. Okay. Base keyword is not available. In place of this, you can use super also. So when I'm using super keyword, yes, we do have Mahinder Reddy. Super keyword you can use, not an issue. Okay. Now this time also, we don't have any change in that output. Maybe you can just go to the terminal and new terminal window where I'll be using a command prompt and I'm going to write something. See here. TSC space. I'll go with the abstract dot TS I can say, and at the same time, oh, sorry. Only public and protected members of base class are accessible via. Yeah, it is public only, right? Why it is going to be, it is public only. Cool. It won't allow us to go with super. Let me check and give you. Yes, maybe I can say only for methods, I guess. Maybe because of that reason, only for salary. Okay. That's up. You can use like, this keyword only. Maybe I guess like, this super keyword is used only for methods. For variables like, this keyword only that we have. I'll write that point. We use super keyword only for methods and this keyword for variables. Okay. This keyword we can use it for the variable. Okay. So that is how it is going to be. Now I used what? Okay, you can see that. Let me compile it one more time. Now this time we don't have any issues. Cool then. We don't have any issues. Now I'm providing the implementation. But when I say about like, you see here, I created. Yes. Now you can see. I created another class with the name an admin, which is also extends from that employee class. I'm not writing any constructor, but the employee class, if you can see, it is having the constructor so that at the time of creating an object of this particular admin, we must have to execute the parent class constructor. So for that reason, I'm using admin here. Okay, admin here. Now I'm using admin.calculate salary, and here admin.display. I'm able to access like, both here. Now you can see this time when I'm executing this, something like node space abstract.js I can give. I'm able to see both the outputs here. That's it. So this is how it is going to. Understood? Now just give me a minute. I'll just verify. Super keyword is not accessing variables from base class in TypeScript. Okay. They have used the constructor and then like this class animal constructor public name move meter select this and then okay. when they call like, the move alert this dot name slide ring and super dot move. Okay. Public name they have given. Not outside the class, in everything. Variables you haven't created outside, that should be inside the class only. You're using keywords below is an example to demonstrate them currently. And I use the name keyword here. Name equal to name. When I say about super dot name, it is asked me to pass the name. Animal dot. Now we can use, there is an option might be. So it is asked me to go with like, the prototype chain. Maybe what you can do is in this scenario, if you wanted to access, there we have an employee dot prototype dot basic salary. Okay. Just wait a minute. I'm checking this one. Employee dot prototype dot basic salary. If I'll be giving, there you can see TSC space abstract dot TS and then node space abstract.js. Perfect. So that means if it is a variable, guys, there is an option that we can call directly something like this. Otherwise, you can use this keyword directly. Okay, this keyword you can use. Otherwise, to call the variables, of parent class in child class, we use what? Simply whatever the class, that means parent class dot prototype dot, we can use this particular one. Variable name I can say. Variable name I can say. That's it. To call the variables of parent class in child class, we use parent class dot prototype dot variable name. That's it. Okay. Otherwise, or we use this keyword. This keyword can be used. Or we use the simply this keyword is also used. Base keyword or else like a super keyword is not accessible. It is not allows you. If you want, you can see when I'm doing like, the super call in here, it is not allowing me. When I'm using super, and let me compile it once. And once if it is done, you can see that at the time of compilation itself, it is throwing me an error. Only public and protected methods of base class are accessible via what? Super keyword. Where it is showing 9. Because see, I'm not accessing anything, right? We don't have any value here. That is the reason where it is a NaN. NaN stands for not a number. Okay. Maybe that output it is printing like in a different way. That is where it is showing me NaN. NaN stands for not a number. Okay. Not a number. Clear na? So they clearly mentioned here only public and protected methods. I'm not reading it actually from long. See, that is where, like in the errors only, we will be having everything. You can see that. You can see here. What is that error? Only public and protected methods. See this. Methods of the base class are accessible via super keyword. They're clearly giving here. Understand? But we are only not following it. That's it. Okay. They clearly mentioned, but we are not following. Because of that reason only, we are not getting. Okay. Because of that only, we are not getting. But if you wanted to get that, there is an option here. Okay, now you can see I created a trainer class which is extends from an employee where I'm having the constructor of here. I'm calling the super call constructor to the parent, and then whatever the subject user is giving here, I'm going to pass it and writing the calculation part. And this logic, anyone can write it in any way. That's your wish. And after that, I'm printing the salary over there. And finally, I have the display trainer data. And then following with what? I created a calculate salary here. 1 second. Okay. Now you see I used display trainer data, and by using super keyword, I'm able to access the base class member. And once if it is done, I have an admin and which is extends from an employee where I'm writing the calculate salary part. And here I can go with the faculty, and here I'm using an admin here and where I'm going to display the data. I'll upload this example. Yeah, I'll upload it. Just give me a minute. I'll upload this one. And also I'll give you some assignment on this one as well, so that you will be understanding it in a better way. Okay, na? I'll give some assignments from today onwards. We'll be giving you some assignment as well. Okay, abstract classes and also example on that particular one. And I'm giving you this total example to you. Okay. Now for you, the today's assignment is going to be, okay, the today's assignment. I'm sharing you the classroom link, guys. I'm copying this. Okay, I'm sharing you an example. The assignment for you today is going to be just to take, a class, and the class is going to be category. Okay, category is the class that we are having. And yeah, don't worry, like it will come, don't worry. Category is the class where it contains, the list of items here. Now here what I'm having category name is the one. And the next one we are having, after the category name, we have the another one that is going to be category ID. Okay. Category ID is the one, category name. And at the same time, we have product information also. Understood? what I am doing, we have the product information as well. Now, this product information should be available in a separate class. And here we will be having product ID. Second one, product name I can say. And third one, price that what I can give. Okay. Price that what I can give. Product name, otherwise like product. And there we are having the ID and then price that we are having. Now here, mobile is another class. Okay. Where it is going to be having calculate price I can say. And here we will be having the quantity which is of type number. Understand? Which is of type number that what I can give. Now here what you can do, we have calculate price is there, which is of type quantity and the type is going to be number. And for this one, you can provide that implementation. That means the mobile class is inherited from where? Product. Mobile class is inherited from where? Product here. And the product is extends from category. Understand? And mobile is extends from product here. And then display what? Category ID, category name, and then product ID and the product name, and then following with the total price. That means the output should be something like this, guys. Category ID is 1, maybe let's say, and the category name is going to be electronics. And third one is going to be product ID is going to be 101 and the product name is going to be, let's say, 1 plus, and cart value is going to be, you can give 13K or something, 1,30,000. Did you understand total how many classes? 3 classes has to be. One is category, another one is product, another one is mobile. Understand? And one class should be inherited from another. And here don't provide any kind of implementation. For that one, what you can do, we can make it as going to be an abstract here. So this is going to be your assignment. You can try, definitely you will be getting it. Okay. Task. Okay, the first task on here. Maybe you can just start working on this particular task. Whatever you understood, you can implement that. So total you have what? 3 classes. 3 classes here. Total 3 classes. Whatever you understood, you can try to implement, but make sure everyone have to write whatever you understood. Okay. Okay, na? Total 3 classes. One is category, second one is the product, third one is mobile. Category is extends the product is extend the mobile. Okay, na? So this is how it is going. Sir, super keyword for accessing the variables and methods from the parent class, and this keyword is accessing the variables and methods from the same class. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Chaitanya. Okay, any questions now you can ask. Sir, which one is abstract method in the category class? Category class is not having any kind of abstract method. Abstract method is available only in that abstract class, that is the product. And the abstract method is calculate price. Okay, Malik. Next, very good. Yes. Google Classroom file extract kaise kar. Extract means just you can copy paste it, man. That's it. You can copy that and then paste it. That's it. Nothing apart from. Sir, is it working? See, whatever you want to write Realme RMX 2121, you can write. Okay. So don't think about like, the functionality. That is what does not open in Drive. No, it should open. It should open. It should open. Try, man. These are very basic things. We all are wants to become an IT developer. If somebody like, asking like, rare file is not open, those are very basic questions that you need to understand, like, if you are using the system. You can Google it. Why it is not open, you can Google it. Because system, we have like, good command on the system. Good command on the typing part. If there is a problem, good command on like, identifying the issue. You can try. Definitely you will get like, you will get it. It's not like rocket science, opening a rare file. Okay, it's not rocket science at all. Send the notes you write on like, Notepad++. Irshad Muhammad Sheikh, I already shared with you guys. You can see there. This is what I have written, right? Mobile, it doesn't open, Malik. In mobile, it doesn't open. And Realme RMX2121, I already shared all the recordings till day before yesterday, and you can find it here till day 7. I have everything here. I am sharing you a Google Classroom link one more time. Okay, one more time. You please go through that one by one video and then let me know if you find it. Okay. So can we extend that abstract class to another abstract? Yes, you can do that, Pranay. Pranay, we can do that. Try that. Very good question. Nice question, Pranay. You can try. Yes, we can do that one. Okay, na? So that's it for the day. Sir, my friends, TS file generate empty JS file solution. See, there are like two possibilities. One is going to be if you haven't saved, you write the code and you haven't saved and you try to compile it, then it will be possible. Another thing is going to be maybe because of the path issue. Okay. If you're not getting any error and if you're not getting JS file min, then the file, the TS code, what you people have written is not yet saved properly. If we can save it properly, then we don't have any issues at all. Okay. Hello. Right. You can just try that one. Sir, how to write Angular code in Java and Eclipse? I don't know, Sumandar. I don't have Eclipse and I don't know Java. Please send yesterday's video. How many times I supposed to tell you? It is not in my hand. Please don't ask me those questions. Yeah, tomorrow concept is interface. That's it, guys, for the day. We will continue. Thank you and have a nice day.